Many people accuse Catholicism of borrowing from paganism, and they say that the church was corrupted and that it corrupted Christianity by adapting different cultural symbols, dates, arts, and rituals. But this accusation reveals something so much more deeper, a completely different way of seeing reality itself. And at the heart of this debate are two different Christian mentalities. The first mentality believes that holiness comes from completely erasing culture. And the second believes that holiness comes from redeeming it through redemption. So there is fundamentalism that often operates from this mindset of erasing. In this view, the world is mostly corrupt and that human culture is just naturally dangerous. And similarity to pagan practices means contamination, that you're dirtying yourself, you're sinning, contamination. And that holiness is defined by separation, removal, and suspicion. Salvation is about escaping the world. But Catholicism operates in a redemption mindset. The church teaches that creation is fallen, but still originally good. That human culture is wounded, but still meaningful. And similarity is not a threat, but it's an opportunity to better. Salvation is not an escape from the world, but God entering the world to heal it from within. This difference begins with the incarnation of God himself in Christ. Christianity does not start with an idea. It starts with a body, with the Word that became flesh and dwelt among us. God lived with humanity. God did not save humanity from a distance and to not contaminate himself. He did not erase languages, cultures, or history. He entered them and redeemed it. Jesus spoke a real language. He lived in a specific culture. He used existing symbols like bread, wine, shepherds, kings, temples. He was born at a moment in history. He was in real time, earned a real empire, earned a real calendar. If culture was disposable, the incarnation would have been unnecessary. But we Catholics believe this. What God assumes, he redeems. And by taking on human nature, Christ declared that matter is not evil, history is not meaningless, and culture is not beyond salvation for him. This is why Catholic theology says that God does not destroy nature, but it perfects it. God does not throw creation away, but he heals it, and he elevates it, and he orders it towards its true end, to its original goodness. It was made good. That's why Catholic worship uses water, oil, bread, wine, incense, art, music, sacred times, and sacred spaces. This is not paganism. This is incarnational Christianity. This matters because God took on matter and turned matter into good. So what about the pagan parallels? Well, when fundamentalism sees similarities between Christianity and prior pagan cultures, it asks, whoa, is this dangerous? And Catholicism asks a deeper spiritual question. What was the human heart reaching for? Every culture in history has sought light, sacrifice, sacred times, transcendence, and communion with the divine. This is a natural thing that all humans want. This does not mean that those cultures were correct. It means that they were human, made in the image of God and searching. St. Paul says that God allowed the nations to grope for him, through he was not far from any of them. Christ does not erase those languages, those longings. He fulfills them. He does not compete with false gods. He reveals himself as the true answer that they were always searching for. The clearest proof of this Catholic worldview is the cross itself. Ancient Rome used the cross as a tool of torture, humiliation, and terror for criminals. And Christ did not reject it. He entered it. And now the cross is the sign of love, the throne of the King, and the center of history. He turns evil into good. If God can redeem the cross, he can redeem anything. Christ did not come to erase humanity. He came to crown it, to put it back in its divine place. He did not come to destroy history, but he came to redeem it. He came to be the answer to the questions. This is why the Catholic Church does not fear cultures, different cultures. She evangelizes the different cultures and assumes it, because Christ is not fragile. Truth is not threatened by resemblance, and grace is always stronger than sin. God says, behold, I make all things new. He didn't say, I make all things not new. He renews and purifies through grace and mercy.